Hello, everyone, and welcome to Infinite Integration. I'm Tanys Coughlan from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy, and I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Jacqueline Richards.
Hey, hi.
Hey, Jack. How's it going?
Spectacular. It is spectacular.
Very good.
Well, you get to shovel snow, wipe
Yes.
off cars.
Yes. And this is a good thing.
It's a great thing. So here I am in Ottawa, originally from Toronto, and I'm appreciating Winterlude. It's colorful, the music, the dance. Now it's frosty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. However, it's it's we can all deal with minus 30. It's okay.
Yeah. Now, I'm happy in my house. I'm not a cold girl. I'm just not.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, it's just like warm, cold. It's about the seasons. About the seasons. And we all need winter. The bears need winter. And other things need winter.
They need to hibernate, and so do I. And there we go.
Yeah, that's done.
It is a time of going inside, right? Not just in the house, but inside to do contemplation, to decide, how you want to go forward for the rest of the year and all of that jazz. Yeah. So just like when you do your vision board classes, you just sit there and decide how you're going to play out the rest of the time, because you do them for different things, right? Sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's more. So yeah.
And it's interesting, when I look at the vision boards, it could be your 6-month business goal or your 6-month serenity goals. It could be that short.
Yeah.
And then it could be that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm.
I have one that I think is about a 10-year plan. It's like long term.
Yeah. So let's see. Check it off. Check it off.
List.
No, that's a life list.
Life list.
A life list.
Life list.
Yeah.
All right. Fair.
So
good, though. There's progress, so that's good.
Huge. Well, think about
I'm
progress.
moving. It's good.
100%. And then when we're talking about what we're going to be talking about today, it's the 16th. Is it our 16th? I'm excited.
It is our 16th episode.
These beautiful hours that we get to chat, confirm, think about, disclose. It's all there.
It is. So today we're talking about the inner child's abundance. So reparenting safety in money and energy.
Interesting. Who's heard that one? Reparenting.
Yep.
When I hear that, wouldn't that have been an interesting thing to contemplate? Considering having kids, considering adopting, considering creating children, and think about reparenting. Because where's the book? Where's the rule book? Where I don't see the rule book.
We don't have manuals.
Yeah.
Which is why we need to reparent as we get adults. So it's really about, reparenting and finding that child within, right? That inner child. What do they need to feel safe financially, or, whether it's financially with money, or whether it's safety, even just in life, right? Finding that ease. And of course, we're going to talk about the nervous system a little bit today, because
just a bit, yeah,
that has a lot to do with us feeling safe and comfortable. So when we talk about inner child abundance, what are we really pointing to? What are we talking about there? I think that abundance is felt as safety, if we talk about abundance, right?
It's As soon as you said that, I flipped into latchkey children. I think we talked about that previously.
I
And
was one.
see, as was I. And we made sure we had the key, and we made sure we had food. We made sure that we were safe. And the question is, how did we find safety? We knew that potentially there's no one home.
Yep.
We knew we were walking home alone. We knew that we needed to feel safe in some way, shape, or form. How did we do that as latchkey kids? And then, as we're talking about reparenting,
Mm-hmm.
how does that go together with the inner child, and knowing that so often, perhaps so often, we were alone.
Well, I think that that's something that is important for us to find, is that when do we feel safe? A lot of people need somebody around all the time, not comfortable in their own skin. So they need somebody around to make them feel safe, right? And I think that's part of that. That's kind of how some of the trauma comes out for people, is they don't feel safe being alone anywhere, even in their own home sometimes. And so that's a childhood thing. I mean, it can also, of course, be related to adult trauma. So I think there's that piece, right? But often when we hit a trauma wall or something, it's like, or a trigger, we get triggered, our inner child gets triggered, and we end up acting like that inner child, right? So how did that inner child interact with trauma or fear? So people you've seen people that they go into fear and they like curl up in a ball. Well, that's very much like a child would do, right? Get really small so nobody can see them, because then they're safe.
However, on the other side, what we were talking about, being alone in the stillness, then there's the absolute other side where, and I've seen it, where children get nervous and they get really loud.
Yes.
And the louder they get means the safer they think they will be, because you can get loud and no one's going to bother you, no one's going to touch you. They know that you can fight.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's our different coping mechanisms, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what it means when we're looking at the inner child. Are we looking, how did we interact when we were little? What did we do when we were scared? And then how would it, if we were the parent to that child, how would we have comforted the child? Because that's the reparenting, right? It's going back and recomforting ourselves in those situations. Maybe not those, but the ones that trigger those reactions. How would we go? How should we reparent or reassure the inner child that we're okay?
I love that we're okay. And it's also recognizing it.
Mm-hmm.
When you said, when you're going through trauma, you curl up in a ball, and you find a quiet spot where you can hide, no one can find you. And having said that, it's we as adults, we do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that little person, that little human who is busy thinking, if I can find a way to not be found, then I'm safe. And then there's the adult who's doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know we've seen adults that are loud, that can be loud, and
Yes.
that's their safety, right?
Yeah.
We've seen it. It's not just on a bus. It's not driving in the car, rolling down your window, saying things that may not be appropriate. But it's also about texting, writing. Back in the day, we wrote letters.
Yes, we did. My inner child writes letters. That is a healing technique, though, right? Even for your inner child.
Yeah.
To sit and write that letter, even if you're not going to send it to the person, if sometimes we need to just work it out. Or you could write a letter to your inner child, telling them what they need to know.
Would that be in cursive or would that be printed?
Well, for me, it would be cursive, but not everybody's comfortable with that.
well, at 4, I'd be printing.
Yeah.
And some letters would be backwards.
Yes. Depending on our age. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And some of us little humans, we have our special booklet that we write in, that we use either, I was going to say a colored marker, if you had it, or maybe it's your crayon, or maybe it's your favorite pencil, and you get to write down. And to me, my inner child loves to go back to the things that I've written, the comments and the experiences, those little things that we draw. It's to me, so safe to have that booklet saying, this is where I hold my fear, and I'm going to store it away because I don't need it. I don't need it.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the other half that's afraid to do that because it's exposing to the outside world how they're feeling. And that's not something they want to do. So there's a everybody's different. So we all have to look at all of these trauma responses. What works for us? And that's the getting to know ourselves. So, the great work is, let's get to know ourselves. What do we need? What do we need right now? What do we need to work on?
Yeah.
What supports? What resources do we need?
Now, if I were that little person, it would be playing. Yeah. We forgot the art of play. Why don't we let that inner child come out and do incredibly silly things? And I've said this before, I love rain. I love rain. And when we were little people, me and my siblings were told, go outside and play. Now it's not raining, sun is shining, and we stay out long because it's safe. It was at a moment in my neighborhood. It was so safe. We go out and we play. We play by the monkey bars. We play on the swings. We hide. We play hide and seek. We play ball. And then it starts to rain. And that's when we do the yahoo. We're off to the mud. Off to the mud. Oh my gosh. Because, you get to start with by accident, I stepped in mud. No. Do you know how soothing that is? As little people, it was incredibly soothing. And we also knew that we were going to be having a really long, beautiful bath when we get home.
Unless they just hosed you off at the back.
Okay, who's done that? Who's done that? That's right. That's right, because you're in the mud room. Okay. Yes. No, out. Where's the hose? Yeah.
Depends how much fun you have in the mud.
Exactly. And that's chilly water. When that comes flowing out, that's chilly water.
Only to be done in the summer. But yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Or you have the little kiddie pool and you put them in the kiddie pool. Because it's usually a little warmer.
True. And as we get older, that kiddie pool winds up to be the foot soaking pool. If you decided to keep it. I'm a keeper. True. I am a keeper. And so I have my little spa for the 2-year-old. Yeah. And then the over 2 gets to appreciate the water and the feet and the soak while you're in your garden, thinking, this is my inner child appreciating what that little pool did for me then is doing incredible things for me now.
Yeah. Well, and there's the other part of that is that we can do things like color.
Yeah.
There are all sorts of adult coloring books now. You don't need to have an adult coloring book. but there's so many. I have one that's full of dragons that was given to me by one of
Oh,
my friends, and it's beautiful. And then I have another one that is all mandalas that support the chakra system. And so I can be like doing something for my chakras while I'm doing something for my inner child. It's great.
yeah. Well, see, you had dragons. A good friend of mine bought me with the I think I've got 50 pencil crayons, and it is the de-stress coloring book.
Nice.
It's like, now I took that as a compliment. Thank you so much for knowing that I love colors.
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose is just to allow yourself to play like a kid.
That's right.
So when I'm doing that, I have my cup of tea.
Yep.
I love it.
Well, then there's the dress up. I used to do a lot of dress up.
Oh,
So for years I was involved in theater. What better place to play dress up than doing it in theater with other people that are playing dress up?
Are you on the phone? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? I guess that's my phone. What are you wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah. What colors? That's amazing. There was a moment in time where, how old were we? It was me and my cousins, and my aunt and uncle always had papers. So we had the Toronto Star always. We had the Globe and Mail. And so when they were done, they went off to recycle. We decided that when we played dress up, we needed to have the hair. And so we made wigs. We made paper wigs.
Perfect.
And the glue was flour and water.
Mm-hmm. Nice safe one that you can eat.
Incredibly safe. And think about it. We had curls. We didn't paint. We just had
Yep.
long, beautiful paper hair.
Beautiful.
Awesome. You know, that brings back great memories, I have to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, we also used to play with things like my son had a play kitchen, right? So I would have him doing something in his kitchen while I was doing something in mine. Then I would get him to do a few things, but you know, it would be very therapeutic. You could do whatever you wanted, and it wasn't any big deal. And right,
exactly.
So why can't we do that in the kitchen when we're cooking? Be creative in the kitchen. I have these two things. I need to make supper. What am I going to make? Well, if we put that with this, I wonder what that makes. Well, be courageous, which those of you that watch Twillow talk will know that term. Creatively courageous or courageously creative. And so we step into, you know, what can I do with this? And then you go through all these ideas in your head and you create something. And it either works or it doesn't, but you had fun creating it. And that's what matters. The one thing I don't recommend, peanut butter and bologna and pickle sandwiches.
Okay.
That was an inner child thing. Not as an adult. I did do it as a child. And then I had to eat it because I made it and it wasn't very good.
No, you know, you just looking at it, just the thought of it is kind of not for me. It's not a curiosity. That's not something that I actually need to do. And when you're talking about the groceries, me and my brothers and sisters, we decided, so we'd color. So we had our coloring books, we'd color, and we would sell our art. And we had pieces of paper that was money. Oh, I'll buy your for $10 so that you can go out and get your groceries.
Yes, nice.
And so with our long flowing hair, we'd go out, and it was incredibly interesting we were such little humans. Yeah. What do we know about money and buying? We witnessed it from our parents. Yeah. So off we go to the grocery store. We know that our favorite, I loved Captain Crunch.
Ooh, yeah,
Love Captain Crunch.
it was good.
That was my, can we buy that? We're in the grocery store. Can we buy that? And I take out my art. I say, I made this. It's worth $10. Could we buy that? And you can appreciate what that answer might have been, Tanys.
Yeah, probably a no. But
Yeah, probably. But and it's just the thought.
yes.
And it's, as a little human, I understood what it meant to go out and work, make the money, and go and get the things you love,
Yeah.
the things you can afford,
And
things you need.
And it's those childhood experiences that really shape our relationship with money later on.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, if we had parents that were, because you said in that example that, you watched what your parents did and that's how you learned how to do this and all of that. So how do we interpret this stuff, even if we're not realizing it when we're little, right? So if our parents didn't have a good relationship with money, or it was like an emotional relationship, then how does that play out in our later lives? Like with money as emotional language, how does it play with like that safety and security and that sort of thing?
What a great question. I see that in my world, in my work. I see where I'll often go and visit my clients. And so heading to their home, they've got the exterior. Some have decided that flowers make sense. Some think that painting the door, and when we do chakra energies and when we do feng shui, we figured out what color that door should be. So as I wander to the door, knock, a beautiful greeting, and then they allow me to come in. It's amazing that everything is arranged, organized, color coordinated. That's some. Then there's others where they have to move things to open the door. Those are, I know they're called hoarders. And the best way, they have taken their money, bought lots of things that they may or may not have needed, and they store it. That's safe. That is safe. I talked about my Captain Crunch. One box would have been fine. A box of boxes. Is that needed for just a single person? I don't know.
Well, if you grew up getting a no for that response,
you
might be inclined to do that. Because what if somebody says no? That was your learned response, was they're going to say, no, I can't have it. So now that I can, and I have the money, not the artwork, I can buy it, right?
Yeah.
But that's how we often protect our child with those kinds of things. It's that protection aspect that comes forward.
And it's the money comes into the household. And for some, you could very well see your parents saying, okay, we've got the $100 and here's the budget. So we've got food, we need gas for the car so we can get the kids to the schools. We need. And then here is this last little bit that allows us to go out and play. So we will go out on a Tuesday to a theater. We will go out on a picnic and buy our favorite things for that picnic. We will, because we've decided. Then there's others where it's, I don't know what that budget looks like. I'll just play it by ear. That $100, when you played it by ear, you actually needed $150. Now what are you going to do? And the little humans see that. They see the stress. They see the hurt. They feel it.
They feel
And then
the
they get to
fear.
go to school. Absolutely. They get to go to
Yeah.
school and have conversations with their friends saying, this is what I witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you witness that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think some signs are that someone's inner child is driving their money patterns?
No, can't do that. No, don't have enough money. No, maybe later. No, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I'm good enough on that one. I think people will think ill of me. So we hear interesting comments like that. It's the 7 sins.
Yeah.
And really, couldn't we just flip that?
Mm.
Couldn't we flip the sins?
Yeah.
Because they're not. They're
Yeah.
opportunities for growth.
And things like when you see people and they're overworking because they don't
Oh,
feel worthy. So they're overworking, In my previous life, I did that. Occasionally now, yes, I would say
I, la 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 la. I'm not saying a word. Not saying a word.
that. I have my tendencies. I do it because I'm passion driven now, though, more than the other. But
Yeah.
it's still, that overworking thing is still a thing, right?
Yeah.
And then sometimes we do avoidance or
Yeah.
procrastination, or we hide still,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
And I love the considering the shutting down around finances. It's hiding under the bed.
Yeah.
Actually, I have clients who saved their money, put it in a
Like a coffee tin or something.
no, even better. So it's luggage, like
Yes, okay.
on wheels, luggage on wheels,
Yep.
tucked right under the bed. So I'm going to put all that money in. Now, some would say, why don't you put it in the bank? Because I don't trust it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have little mini wallets, mini spots. Do you remember it? I don't know. Do you forget it? Possibly. Do you feel guilty about saving it? Do
Yeah,
you
maybe,
put
right?
yeah? Do you put your credit cards in the freezer?
I hadn't thought about that one. So no.
Truth be told, yeah,
No, I do not.
yeah,
However, I know some people do,
yeah,
especially if they're running into issues, right? I mean, if you've got, there's addiction around shopping and all of that as well.
yeah. The addiction to look the way you believe you should look,
Mm-hmm.
to drive the vehicle you think you should drive. As soon as I say that, I'm thinking about, I have a good friend of mine. She rides her bike to work. She's been doing that for decades. And it doesn't quite matter. In her space, it doesn't seem like weather matters. You dress appropriately, you have the right bike. It amazes me. It
Mm-hmm.
amazes me.
Yeah, definitely. That external permission, the shoulds that you were bringing up.
Yeah.
I should look a certain way. I should drive a certain vehicle. I should do
Yeah.
this. I should be this.
Oh, I
mean,
should have that job. Yeah.
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 We can should ourselves to death, right?
Yeah.
And it may not even be what that inner child needs or what we need. It's what we think we should need.
Yeah.
Have you checked in with yourself? That's the invitation there. Have you checked in with yourself and said, what do I need? What do I need right now?
Yeah. It's, how often do we say, so we just talked about, we work a lot. I think they call sometimes an alcoholic, a workaholic, a doaholic.
Mm-hmm.
If you decided to say, I would love to take a rest, just a rest. I had this, it was incredibly interesting last night. I was thinking about taking a moment to myself. It's ridiculously cold outside. I went for a walk. And as I'm coming back home, I recognize that I can't wait to get into my pajamas. I can't wait to put on my slippers. I cannot wait to put that, I keep blankets. I can't wait to put that blanket on. I can't wait to be warm. And did I do it, Tanys? Did I take that moment where I could have been warm and cozy?
I don't know. Did you?
Oh, Yoda said, you either do or you don't. There's no trying. I was just going to say I tried it. No, there's no trying. I didn't. I didn't take that pause.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to clean, which
Has other benefits.
That's a meditation on its own.
Mm-hmm. I have to tell you, I was out in the snow today because we've had quite a storm. Yes, this is pre-recorded, folks. So if you are from Ottawa and we're not having snow, then, I was out in the snow today, though. And I came home and I was cold and I was damp. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to curl up. So I did, actually.
Good call.
I did put on warm sweater and I crawled into bed with my my blankie.
Exactly. And here it is. As soon as you decide that, so now you've just flipped me into that. As soon as you decide the blankies, I'm like, how about my music, my beautiful serenades? How about that cup of tea that I know I made? I'm just going to make it warm again. How about the scents? I've got my incense. Why wouldn't I? Wow.
Or the essential oils.
Oh.
In your diffuser or
even
a roll-on.
Yeah. See, that would be. You just allowed me to come into that place that's safe. You allowed me to come into that. Oh, you're doing it. She's doing
Curl
it.
up with my crystals. They're not so cuddly, but they do work.
Yeah. They really do.
Yeah.
I know I've got mine in my room. I have this beautiful one that allows abundance to show to me. And this is always on my desk saying, Jacqueline, your dreams do come true.
They do. That's what this one is here for.
Oh.
Citrine.
Yeah.
For abundance. I have pyrite for abundance. And this one's here for other things too, of course, but I do have those. Well, I think this might be jade too. Mm-hmm.
The Anahata. Yes. For the heart. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. So why is safety such a key for both finances and energetic abundance? Can I say it like that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I appreciate the question. Because if you don't ask the question, are you looking for the answer? I just asked about safety. Is it key for both the ching or the...
Well, the energy of abundance is really about being open to receive. And in order for us to feel comfortable to open to receive, we need to feel safe. Because, we were just saying how we curl up with our blankets. Mm-hmm. That's not safety necessarily, right?
Don't forget the socks.
Yes, the socks. The sweater, the tea. Yes. So we're really wanting comfort tonight, as you can tell. So the safety to receive needs to be there energetically for us to be able to feel that abundance, the energy of abundance, because the scarcity lives in the nervous system.
Yes.
Really. It's fear, right? Scarcity is fear of not having enough, not being enough, not enough.
That is gosh, enough,
Yes.
enough.
And so,
It's
in order to receive, we have to have this relaxation feeling for
exactly
us to feel that, right? And
enough.
if we didn't have that safety growing up, this is where the inner child comes in. If we
Mm,
didn't have that safety feeling growing up, then it's really hard for us to move into that safe, relaxed receiving mode.
exactly.
There's so many that are in that fight or flight response all
Yeah.
the time.
Well, and it's, I was talking about curling up, getting warm and cozy, but there's some of us who've decided to run. I'm just going
Yeah.
to run away.
Yeah.
The further I can get, maybe the safer I am. The the question for me will always be, when you ran away, were you looking for a safe space, or were you simply going on a journey? Were you going on an adventure?
Mm-hmm.
Adventures, I find I love it. I love a good adventure. And maybe that's what's needed. Instead of just curling up, I'm going to go out and I'm going to see the world. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
go see the world. There's things out there. These stones, these gems, where are they? Where can I find them? I'm going to run out or walk and find and write and believe that there are things out there that I should or could have access to, and that would be amazing. For me, that would be my abundance.
Yeah. So that freedom for you, you're running to
Freedom.
as opposed to running away,
Yeah.
because the energy of running away is scarcity, it's fear. But if you're running to something, you're doing that because you want to. It's about love.
Yeah. Oh, that four-letter word. I'll take that all day long.
They're both four-letter words.
Yeah. I'll take hugs too.
Hugs. Yeah, the hugs is good. That's another four-letter word.
Yep.
We like
It
those.
is.
So
We
is
love those.
kiss. I know there's other ones, but we don't have to
Oh,
look at
yeah.
those.
Yeah. So between the finance and the energy, the body responds to that. When I said, sometimes we run away, we run hoping that the knees are okay, the soles of the feet, the hips, are they okay? The back, the small of the back, the back, the neck. Sometimes migraines. Now, migraines are an issue running away, unless you're looking for a very, very quiet spot that you don't have access to.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes we're in overwhelm,
Mm,
right? And so running away may be to give us space to cut down on stimuli so that we're not in overwhelm. So I guess it's important in that to just look at why we are moving away from stuff. Is
yeah.
it because it is time to move away from it? Is it because we're fearful of something within the situation, or is it because we're trying to take care of ourselves, or we're moving towards something like your adventure? I think our motivation for some of these things is important, because that's also whether, I mean, when you were a child, do you remember most of the stuff that you wanted to do was because you just felt passionate about it,
Yes.
right?
And
You
yes.
love dressing up, or you love playing house, or or you love to color.
Or the Easy Bake Oven. I don't know if out there, I know you remember the Easy Bake Oven. I love the Easy Bake Oven.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, no, I know that just the art of cooking brought my soul comfort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thinking about, okay, so Tanys, what did you think about when you were a little one? Like, what did you want to do? I know you said dress up.
um, I used to pretend I was a teacher,
Yeah.
so I would dress up like a teacher, and I had a chalkboard. my
Of course you
bear
do.
got a lot of class. He had a lot of learning time, my stuffed animals.
Well done. And a star for you, and a star for you, and a star for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And stickers were important.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be interesting to find out how many, for those who remembered and put in their journals what they wanted to be? And did they make it to that space, that time? And are they happy?
Well, I didn't become a teacher in school like I had suspected, like of children, but I am a teacher of adults.
Yes, you are.
I do love it. Yeah. My other one was that I wanted to be a nurse, but I it's a story. Anyway, I'm kind of glad I'm not a nurse. So
But isn't it a spiritual? I know we haven't talked about it here, but I know you do that spiritual integration when you're doing surgery.
yes, I do etheric surgery. So yes,
See?
so I've integrated that and the healer stuff, right? Being
Yeah.
a Reiki master and all that. Like I do that stuff as well, which is that healer role from the nursing. And those are the two things that I love, right? Helping and helping people to heal and doing the teaching around that. So it's true. It's amazing to see. So what about you? What did you want to do?
Um, I wanted to be a teacher,
Mm-hmm. Which you are?
and which I am. And it was interesting. What did I want to teach? So it was, I wanted to teach music, and I wanted to teach children how to be the best that they can be. And so there was a moment in time where I had, I was playing the recorder, I played the guitar, I played the drums.
Mm-hmm.
And all I do now is listen to music, sing in the shower. I'm queen of when I'm driving. It's me and Phil Collins, and he's singing to me, and I'm doing the drums. I'm amazed at musicians
Mm-hmm.
who play multiple, not just one, but multiple instruments. Oh my gosh, that's magical, magical.
And I have a student who actually writes music. He sent me one of his pieces yesterday, and it was beautiful. A very spiritual context piece, which was amazing.
Can be done.
Yeah.
And in that, it's like, and when I was a little person, I wanted to have a business that allowed me to travel, and I wanted to learn how to speak Spanish.
Ah, sí, sí.
Yes,
Sí, sí,
I
sí, ahora.
see it. When I hear that language, it's like music, music, music.
I took a
Still,
little in high school. I would not say I learned Spanish.
so close, so
Yeah,
close.
I did learn French, but not Spanish.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was talking about budgeting previously. That's that B word. Not many want to come to.
Yeah.
Budgeting. That inner child says, I take it back. That inner child would be okay with budgeting, because budgeting allowed you to be working for the money, allowed you to buy things that you really wanted to have. Budgeting allowed you to have a goal,
Mm-hmm.
and now that I've just said it, I think budgeting is about a goal or multiple goals. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely is one of those ways that you can set yourself up for success, right?
Yeah.
Because you're looking at what you need and then working. And when you're an entrepreneur, that is what you do, right?
Touche.
You look at what you need, and then you're
Yeah.
like, okay, so I need to make this much. I need to make this many widgets. I need to do this many classes. I need to do, right?
Yeah.
And then you work on how to get yourself there. Really.
You do. And that is because I know you've said it before, that's from a practical perspective.
It is.
And just thinking about practical, P word, practical. And then how can someone, we just talked about, how can someone start using money practically, finding it?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be a drama. I will say to all of you, it doesn't have to be a drama. It just needs for you to take those steps. That's it. No drama.
But I think that, we really hold on to that energy as well when we think about money and when we were children. Remember, we talked about how we feel the parents' angst. And I think we hold that in our body, right? And that's where those inner child angst comes up around money, because it's what we learned as children. So either that, or we've had a bad experience with it as we got older. But in order to reparent that, it's really trying to reframe all of those and deprogram ourselves from those early thoughts, right? And that's how we reparent, looking at those energetic frequencies that we carry in our energy field.
There was a moment where the family we were in Toronto, heading to Montreal to see family. I didn't know where Montreal was. I just knew that we're all hopping in the car, and we've got all our favorite foods. We've got music. You name it, we've got it, so that we're entertained. I didn't realize just how long from Toronto to Montreal was.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the most engaging, beautiful trips in the car. Now think there's 8 kids in the car. I don't know if you remember back when there were 8 kids and it was okay. Yeah. The station wagon.
With the mattresses in the back and the kids playing on the mattresses, playing games.
It was so much fun. Yeah. And do you remember what it is to play? I don't know who decided that it made sense to go and visit and not fly, just drive. There was a gas. There were the windows. There were the jokes. Those parents who said that would be a great idea understood it was a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you reparent when it stopped? That was then. Now that's decades later. How do you come back to where it made sense, where it was effective, where it was energetic, where it allowed relationships to grow? Relationships that may have needed to be repaired. That's a long drive, man. It's a long drive.
Yeah.
And when you run out of juice, kids are unimpressed.
Yes. But it's okay, because they have to get out to go to the washroom anyway if they run out of juice. So you can stop and get more. Yes. So sometimes I think, when we need this inner child healing, it's maybe because our parents weren't safe. They didn't feel safe to us for whatever reason. Your car instance, they sounded very safe, but there are other people that have situations where parents may not have been safe, or they may have been erratic, right? And so you were never sure. And so that is where, when we're reparenting our inner child, we're giving that child that safe parent, right? So that you're always going to be there. So when we do inner child work, it's about, speaking to the inner child and saying, you know what, I'm here for you. We're going to make it through this, whatever this is.
Yeah.
Because I've got you. Right?
I love that. That's open and honest. And it's okay for that inner child to say, I'm scared.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do. And not feel less than.
Yeah.
Because it was an honest comment. It's exactly what was felt.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what was believed. So let it be. And like you say, let me help you. I've got your back. I got your back.
I mean, isn't that what we all need to know?
Mm-hmm.
That someone's got our back, right? We are community beings. We need community. We need others to thrive. So be there for your inner child. That's the biggest thing. Be there for yourself. Don't self-abandon.
Knickers and flip-flops are okay, inner child. Do you remember knickers? Oh my gosh. I remember my knickers, my corduroy knickers. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They were in style for a while.
They were.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, when we step into this and we want to work with our inner child, right? Joy, play, curiosity, they all matter.
Yeah.
They all matter for bringing in abundance, whether it's financial abundance, energetic abundance, all of those, right? Or friend abundance, whatever it is. Joy, play, and curiosity. So, how can you build those into your life as an adult? That will feed your inner child. That will create that sense of safety.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. We talked about the nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
Joy signals safety in the nervous system.
Okay.
I will say to you, when you take your hand and place it at the back of the head, so this is my my right hand on my head. My left hand goes to the neck. I massage the neck while I'm supporting the back of the head. And so you do it for as long as comfort allows.
Mm-hmm.
You are allowing the nervous system to take a moment. You're allowing that. When we do this, we rub the temple. We do this. So it's my left hand on the chest, right on top, and I tap. That'll calm me.
Mm-hmm.
That brings me joy. I believe if we did more.
I also like the hand on the heart and on the solar plexus or the tummy.
Yeah.
And taking that big, deep breath, shoulders back, like Jacqueline always says.
With the shoulders taken back, drop them down. Yeah.
With your hand on the heart and on the tummy.
Yeah.
And just feel, when you focus and you feel your breath on your hands coming in and out, it really brings you into this current moment. Right? And if you're in a current moment, you're only thinking about the current moment. You're not thinking about anything else. And so the question becomes, are you safe right in this moment?
Yeah.
Yes. Am I safe right in this moment? Yeah. Yes. So it doesn't matter what happened before or what happens forward. We're safe in this moment, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So we can, if that being present with ourselves can really help. Because fear is like a forward-based thinking, right? We're thinking about something in the future. That anxiety is always about future thinking. And then guilt, shame, those things are past thinking.
Yeah.
So if we can be in the present, we can feel safe. Just being present in our body.
Can you imagine how it feels to be safe? How does it feel to be safe?
Free, joyous, playful, creative. That's when we can be creative, right? If you're in this closed fear, you're not creative. You need to be in that open, expansive joy to feel the creative juices flowing, right?
Yeah.
That's where this courageous thing came in when we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Because we have to be courageous to create. Mm-hmm.
And when you suggested the flow, it's abundance. We I think we should use that word more often. Abundance, because it flows. It flows.
It does. Yeah. So we're almost up. So let's give them the takeaway practice, or a takeaway practice. We've actually talked about a couple of them already.
Yeah.
Right? So what I'd like you all to do is close your eyes. And let's do this. One hand on the heart, one hand on the tummy. Closing the eyes, visualizing yourself younger, like a child. You're all going to go to different child ages. It's totally fine. Go to that age and just tell yourself you are safe. You are abundant. You are loved. And you are worthy. And you can even picture yourself giving that child a big hug, if they're wanting to. Picture a golden light coming down, wrapping around both of you. That feels warm and inviting. Taking a deep breath, bringing that source energy down into the body. And as you release all the fear, self-doubt, tension. Being in this present moment. And are you safe right now? Deep breath, letting excess energy go into the earth. And we can come back and open our eyes. And if you are not feeling safe right now, I encourage you, find the safety. Find yourself a safe person, a safe place to be. Your safety is important. And you are worthy of safety. Final thoughts?
Thank you.
Do you have final thoughts, Jack? Anything else you want to share?
Well, when my inner child came and hung out with me, she had her hair with a little, not just a ponytail, big puffballs. And she was incredibly happy to be playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And I think you have some stuff coming up, right?
I do. Well, I have an event that's taking place tomorrow in Smiths Falls.
Mm-hmm.
And that's talking about
Tomorrow, it's on Wednesday, is when
on
it is.
Wednesday. Yes,
Yes.
Wednesday.
So that would be, when you see this, it will be tonight, which is why we are pre-recording.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And never too late. It's never too late. And then we have Yoga for Your Personal Finances. That will begin, I think, on the 23rd of February. And that's online. Mm-hmm. And so we've got 7 classes.
That's 7 weeks. It's a 7-week class. So come and join us.
You'll be happy. 7 chapters. Exciting. There's so much to take back with you. Mm-hmm. So that'll be ready for you to arrive.
And that is the perfect companion for these. If you've been following our infinite integrations, it blends yoga chakras, energy with your personal finances, and how do we maneuver through that landscape? And Jacqueline is going to show us that.
Because we do talk about credit, we do talk about budget, we do talk about home ownership, and we talk about the elephant in your room.
I have a dragon in my room. The elephant's in the hallway.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
For those of you that don't know me, I do have a whole collection of elephants. They are in my hallway, and I have a dragon behind me here. So
you have to come and see them. You got to come and see them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we have going on, and stay tuned for a 200-hour yoga course that we are planning to start shortly.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. If you want more information, please reach out.
Yeah.
And watch for that on the Twillow Lifestyle page, the events there.
Yeah.
It'll show up there. That's where you can register for the yoga for your personal finances as well as numerous other things that you'll see on there.
Lots of stuff there.
Having lots of fun on there. And so come on out. Come on out and join us and join the community. We've got a membership page as well. So join the membership, and there's resources on there. There's more fun stuff to come on there as well. So we're planning all sorts of things this year, being that we are coming into the fire horse year. So stay tuned for all the fun stuff to come. So thank you all very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week. Take care.
Namaste.
Namaste.